Hi everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another KU TBR video to share with you. So I really love doing these KU TBR, Kindle Unlimited TBR videos because I just load up my Kindle Unlimited and my Kindle with books that I really want to read, and I try to get through them within like 3 months or so. So I think the first one I did this year was in January, so we're going to go through the 20 books that I have downloaded. I have my phone here because it's quicker than my Kindle. I do have my Kindle next to me, but it's just easier to go through this. So I have a pretty big selection of books and I'm really excited for them. So the first one I have is The Princess Bride by JJ McAvoy. So I have read JJ McAvoy before. I've read their super dark stuff, like dark mafia stuff. So I'm interested to see this. I think it's a duet, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a prince with a princess. He's the spoiled playboy prince and she's an American heiress. And she can only get her inheritance through marriage. I don't know. I heard my friend Caitlin from The Love Librarian talk about this, and she loved the duet. She did say that the first book is a little bit lighter on the romance because it's so slow burn, but I'm really interested, so I have that downloaded. So I have 2 books by Jessie Hall on my Kindle right now. The first one is Hawk by Jessie Hall. So my friend Cheyenne at That Child Book Girl, she is the first person I heard talk about this. I don't know how I'm gonna like this. He's an ex-convict, I think, and it's a roommate romance. I don't know. She's like the perfect calculated girl from a little world, and then she has a new ex-convict roommate. I've never read anything by this author. I've heard this one was really good. I also have That Sick Love downloaded by Jessie Hall, and this one apparently is like rivaling Zaid from Haunting and Hunting Adeline, which I've read the first book and I just felt like it was a little too long, a little bit too slow burn, but apparently this is 500 pages of just them and they get their HEA. So I heard this has cultish stuff and it's like a stalker. I am extremely interested in this one. I'm interested more in this one than Hawk, but I do plan to read both of them. But yeah, that's the two of the dark romances I have on my Kindle Unlimited. The next one is Finding Gene Kelly by Tori Jean. I've heard about this book from Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life. If you don't know this, March is Endometriosis Awareness Month. I've been wanting to pick this up for a little while. Now, sometimes with me, disability and chronic illness romances, I just pick them up at the right time. Not that it triggers me. I don't know. I just have to be in the right mindset for that. Sometimes it puts me in a good mood that I find a romance that's really good. Sometimes it puts me in like super sad, pitiful mood when I read them. So I have to be really careful. But this one's just supposedly a super cute romance between Evie, I think, and Liam. Apparently they married when they were 5. I don't know if this is more like childhood friends to lovers. It is labeled as a rom-com, which makes me a little nervous because I don't particularly like rom-coms, but I'm willing to give it a try because I heard the representation was really good. Okay, another one that I have is Breakaway by Grace O'Reilly. So I heard about this from my friend Tabitha from Probably a Love Story on Instagram. Coach Daughter's sports romance. The first book is called First Down, and that's a fake dating. And I just, out of the 2, this one sounded better because it's a forbidden romance, and I liked that. It's a hockey romance, college romance, family and friends dynamic, protective hero, determined heroine, coach's daughter with lessons. So I think it's more of like a lessons in seduction thing, which I love that. It's one of my favorite things to read, and I don't read enough of them. I'm also on this hockey sports romance kick, if you can't tell. So the next one I have is Her Greatest Mistakes by Hannah Cohen. This one I've heard from Caitlin at The Love Librarian. I think she's read Hannah Cohen before. But this one seemed really cool because it's not a college hockey romance. He's in the NHL. He's the golden boy, $1 million smile. He needs to keep his head down and respect the press. And apparently he hasn't seen his childhood best friend since the day her father betrayed me and she broke his heart. Now 8 years later she's back and she's my fake girlfriend for the next 2 months. Okay, I didn't know it was a fake dating type thing, but I'm willing to give it a try because I've heard really, really good things. The next one I have is Kingdom Fall by A. Zavarelli. I got this as a recommendation from Ava at Ava's Romance Reads. She said that who was it? This has some type of disability or chronic illness representation in it. Oh my gosh, I forgot what she said. Anyway, it's a mafia romance. She's a nanny and he is filthy rich, powerful, and dangerous. And she just has to take care of his son. I don't think she speaks. I think she has a vocal cord injury that doesn't either allow her to speak or it's hard for her to speak. I can't remember, but I'm really interested in that one. She said chronic illness, disability rep, whichever one in this, and I love A. Zavarelli's writing, so I'm really, really excited. Okay, the next one I have is actually one that I found on TikTok, which I don't know why I do this to myself, but we're gonna try it. It's A Hue of Blue by Marie France Legger, I don't know. 321 pages, and I heard that this was a super emotional romance. Oh no. Wait. Okay, wait. This is labeled as coming of age fiction and contemporary fiction. And that makes me really nervous because I don't know if this has an HEA or not. Okay. It says, how much pain are you willing to endure for someone you love? It says trigger warnings for alcoholism, toxic relationships, mental health, body image, self-harm, and loss of a parent. I don't know if I'm actually going to read this one. I have it downloaded, but I'm going to look up some reviews to make sure that this is a romance because I am not about to have a Where the Mountains Meet the Sea moment again where I read it and it's not a romance and I'm sobbing, crying. Not that that book wasn't good. Just not in the mood for not a romance, if you know what I mean. Okay, the next book I got as a recommendation from Madison from Princess and Paperbacks. I'm just like throwing names out there, but this is really honestly how I get my recommendations is I hear someone talk about it or I see it on TikTok or I see it on Instagram. And I'm like, that sounds good. Let's grab it. So this one is Midnight Kisses by Janine Benedict. Now, this one doesn't have the best reviews. It's an average of a 4-star out of over 700 ratings on Amazon, which makes me a little nervous, but I'm willing to give it a try. It's a spicy Friends with Benefits sports romance. And what got me is the bold in the summary is, what do a cat, a one-night stand, and a game of Catan all have in common? Love. I love Catan. I love playing Catan. Apparently, he's a Heisman winning quarterback with a bad knee looking for someone to love, and she is the football coach's daughter. So I don't know if he's retired, but the bad knee got me too. I'm like, we have chronic pain rep in here? I don't know, but I'm willing to give it a try, At least read the first couple chapters and see if I'm into it. The next one I also got as a recommendation from Tabitha from Probably a Love Story. If you don't follow Tabitha on Instagram, she takes the most amazing pictures. She reads really quickly. She is one of the sweetest human beings in the world. But I saw that she shared this. I don't know if she's actually read it, but it's The Brightest Light of Sunshine by Lucinda Connie. A woman ready to move on, a man who can't afford distractions, an aspiring journey of healing and love. This is a new adult contemporary romance. He has tattoos everywhere. Cal has tattoos everywhere. 8 years her senior and a little sister under his care. Oh my God, he has a 4-year-old little sister. Stop it. I'm already hooked. I'm really intrigued by this one. I want to read it right now. So that one I am really interested in. I don't know, the little bit of age gap, the 8-year age gap got me. The 4-year-olds got me. I'm like, okay, sold. Okay. The next one is one that I also have been meaning to read. I saw Crystal from Crystal's Books Life talk about it. And that is The Last Kiss by Anna Bloom. So she kind of pitched this as very emotional, heartbreaking, but beautiful. It says, follow Jules and Henry through 1 year of love, heartbreak, and friendship. It's an uplifting and moving love story. Fans of Colleen Hoover, Josie Silver, and JoJo and Boys. I don't know anything besides Colleen Hoover, but I mean, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm not always in the mood for super, super emotional romances. Okay, so the next two books I'm going to talk about together, and that's An Optimist's Guide to Heartbreak and A Pessimist's Guide to Love by Jennifer Hartman. This is Jennifer Hartman's newest release this year. It's a duet that I think she released in January, and I still haven't got to it. If you don't know, I'm a huge fan of Jennifer Hartman. I read all of her books besides these two in her newly released Rockstar romance. But both of these books are about under 300 pages each, I think. So I kind of wish she would have put them together. But what really pushed me to read this is my friend Cheyenne. She was posting about this book and how she was like sobbing over it and she just loved it. And she was just giving it all the praises. And I thought, okay, well, I have to read this. I don't know anything about it other than it was emotional, and I'm going to go into it blind. I'm not even going to read the synopsis. I'm not going to read anything. I like to go into Jennifer Harman's books blind because I get just more excitement that way. Okay, the next one I have is a one from Adriana Locke, which is More Than I Could. Now, this is her newest release. I think it came out in end of February, so February 26th. And I've heard a couple people talking about this on Instagram. Now, I've read Adriana Locke's older stuff, the Landry Family series, that whole thing. What is the series with Crank in it? I've read some of those books. I love her older stuff. I'm a huge fan of her older stuff. But she's going to be at Wild and Windy in the City in Chicago. I'm going to that book signing in May. So I wanted to kind of read some of her newer stuff to see if I like it. I did try one book last year or the year before, and it wasn't really my thing. So I don't know if her newer writing's for me, but I want to see if I want to buy some of her older books or if I'm going to buy some of her newer books. I don't know, but I'm willing to give this one a try. She does have one that I think you can download in KU and listen. I don't know what that one is, but this one sounded better to me. The next one I have is Insta Love by Danielle Allen. So it says this is related to a duet that she has, but I think you can read it by itself. So it says it's been 3 years since being betrayed by my best friend and my boyfriend. I'm assuming the duet is something with her. It's a reality TV thing, which it doesn't always work, but sometimes it works, so I'm willing to give that one a try. Another one I have is from a new to me author, and that's Marina Vivancos. So I read Divine River last month. Yeah, in February, I think. And I loved that book. Oh my God. It was such a, it's a good novella with such emotional, fresh, it's a breath of fresh air type of a thing. So I really like her writing is I don't want to say palate cleansers because it's I feel like that's just something you just read it to move on to your next greatest read. These are really good reads too. But I do like reading them because they are shorter. So this one's 89 pages and it's I've Walked Where You've Been, a soulmate story. It's the soulmates thing that got me. So I don't know if this is fantasy or not. It just says 2 hour romance reads, LGBTQ. So I think it's male. I think she really writes they write a lot of male, but I'm interested. Downloaded that one. That one sounded good. I do want to read more by them. So that's the one I downloaded. Another one is Hockey with Benefits by Tijan or Tijan. Whatever. I've read a lot of Tijan? I think it's Tijan. A lot of their older stuff. And I want to read more of their newest stuff, and they just released this new hockey romance, which it's Hockey with Benefits. I'm assuming it's a Friends with Benefits thing. It's a standalone. I don't have time for a girlfriend, but I'm assuming it's a college thing, and he's trying to get into the NHL. That's my assumption. Okay, 3 left. The next one I have, we're just going with the sports here. I have A Curveball by Lisa Suzanne, and this is a baseball romance, and it's 204 pages, so it's going to be a really quick read for me. It's a secret relationship. Oh, this is what got me. It's a dad's best friend, age gap, best friend's daughter, co-workers, forced proximity, baseball sports romance. Fucking sold. That sounds so good. I'm also interested in shorter books, so I'm trying to have a little bit longer, 500-page books with also some shorter ones, that's on the shorter side. Do I think it's going to be the greatest thing I've ever read? No, but am I going to have a fun time with it? Probably, and that's why I want to read it. Okay, the next one is another new author that I found, and that is by Maggie Rodon. I read Reverse Pass, and it's book 4, and that's an older woman, younger man. I mean, not a big age gap, but she is a little bit older. She's I think she's doing her master's, and he's just trying to get his bachelor's degree. But this one is Delay of Game. It's book 2 in the Plays and Penalties series, because I read book 4 already. This is a best friends to lovers sports romance. I love friends to lovers. Best friends to lovers is even better. The other 2 in the series are enemies to lovers, and I'm not really in the mood to read that. But she wants lessons to end her wallflower era. That's all I read, and I was downloaded, done. Oh my God, this is another Lessons in Seduction, and I am so freaking excited. Okay, and the last book that I have is Gravity by Tal Bauer. Ooh, I'm not pronouncing that right. I apologize. This is an MM hockey romance, and I think they're both in the NHL. He is from Quebec, which they speak French in Quebec, which I'm really excited for. And he is so that's Bryce, and Hunter is in the NHL, and he's been invited to play in the All-Star Weekend. Oh, apparently Bryce is his hero. I don't know, this sounds really good. I think this author is either going to be at one of the 2, Book Bonanza or Wild and Windy. I don't know which book signing, but I'm trying to pick up books by authors that are going to be at these signings, so I kind of get ahead and I don't just buy paperbacks. If I'm not going to like it, I can read it on KU first. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do, have a mix of backlist stuff recommendations from friends, things that I've seen on Instagram or BookTube or TikTok or anything like that. So yeah, you can let me know if any of those sound good and which one I should pick up first. But let me know which other sports romances sound good, and let me know which ones I should pick up. Like, let me know if you're on the darker side, you want me to read darker things. So drop me like a skull, a black heart emoji, those type of things, like darker ones. But if you want me to read more of like the sporty romances, drop me like a football, a baseball, hockey puck, or a hockey stick, or anything like that. Drop me one of those in the comments down below so I can see which side you're on. And basically whoever wins is like whoever gets the most emojis in my comments. Well, I'll pick up the next one. It'll be a dark or a sports romance. So yeah, that'll be fun to do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.